Alright, this right here is a video by Johannes, by the way. We've seen some content from him in the past, and he talks about some gold making stuff here as well. So I kinda want to chime in with my talk, I guess, or my opinion on what he's talking about. I have not seen this video, so we're going to find out what he's talking about as well. It's top 5 WoW Classic Anniversary gold tips for TBC. I don't know how my second account is not subbed yet, so I'm going to do that right there. Let's check it out and see
Hey,
what he has to
Jonas
say.
here. I'm gonna share the most valuable gold making tips I have to give you to prep for TBC Anniversary. First tip is tanks pick up skinning and tank the Black Morass all day. For thousands of DPS needing to run it, trying to get their Biz Hourglass trinkets. You can reserve the hides for yourself. This one alone is one of the wildest gold farms in the game, with the need for dungeon reputation, as many will just join for that. The amount of gold from leveling is closer to 3000 gold through leveling quests and a handful of dungeons. 2.5 to 3.5 thousand gold should be doable for the average player. Vendoring.
This is way more gold than most people think, by the way. Like, if you're leveling, I would say it's probably about 3000 gold you should be expecting to get. Between 2 and 3. It depends on how you level, usually, and how lucky you are on loot as well. And if you have any professions, if you have herbalism and mining, for example, you can make more gold while leveling as well. Or if you have enchanting, you can disenchant the greens that go for more in material price than the actual vendor price, right? So you can do that as well. It's just a lot of different ways you can make more gold. But even just questing, you get way more gold than I think most people think while you're leveling. An alternative method of making gold, though, is simply just not questing while leveling and farm dungeons. You need the rep anyway, so farm dungeons and then you go back and do the quests at level 70. And the way this works is that at max level, if you quest, the experience you would get is converted to gold, so you end up getting like 10 to 12 gold per quest. It's kind of nuts. Now, if you do that, it will take time, and the gold per hour might not be that great, but it's raw gold. You don't have to worry about botting, the market prices, selling stuff. It's just printing raw gold.
Grays alone will help a lot in TBC, and selling cloth/reputation items will make up a big chunk that should be calculated on top of this already. You can also dungeon your way to level 70, then go back and do all the quests. You will make more gold as you do not get experience anymore, so the game compensates you with more gold. Before we go into the second tip, make sure you do not miss the last and final tip. It will be for everyone and can make you a ton of gold. There is a big need in pre-patch already for gold. Many are coming back to the game and buying the boost Blizzard has offered to us. So any edge you can get gold-wise is gonna put you ahead massively against the rest. Second tip in Classic WoW Anniversary in things you can do for gold. Use your gold to invest into epic flying right away, then rush everything you need to do in NG in order to harvest motes from gas clouds. Spend as much time doing that as early in the expansion release as you can possibly can. Primals are everything in this expansion. Guildies need a ton just to give their tanks for Hydros and SSC. You will be very rich if you get these non-stop before anyone else. Another thing is if you want to level engineering in TBC, it will be really expensive. Instead, you can actually get the recipe in BRD for the repair bot from the boss next to the Hand of Justice boss, where players farm the healing trinket. This way you can level the first levels and get repair bots, which you can easily sell for almost the same price as you bought the mats for. Or you can use them in the Burning Crusade Anniversary raids when you wipe a lot. This will save you raw gold, as engineering is considered best in slot for raids. Players needing around 6k gold for flying will make all these farms competitive, so aggressively try to change layers, maybe duo account it. You could skip the fast flying if you mainly level through dungeons at the start, if you do not have enough gold for it and just want to get it later. Focus on attuning for Karazhan and getting all the reputation first. Third tip in TBC WoW Anniversary, things you can do for gold. This one is for enchanting. You can actually go Kara and hard reserve the Mongoose recipe, or get it in your guild run and make yourself the guild.
No! I hate the hard reserve meta, by the way. He's absolutely right, but I hate hard reserving. It's just so... Oh, man, dude. He's absolutely right, but it is what it is.
Enchanter. The first people on the server that get this is same as Lionheart pattern in Classic WoW. If you get lucky and are one of the first on...
Or even the Crusader pattern in Classic WoW. Like when you have the Crusader enchant, when that was rare, you could charge a massive, like, crafting cut fee, right? Just to craft it.
the server, you can charge big fees for it. If I remember back on Razorgore, it took a while before we had it in 2020, and the guy made bank. Same goes for other enchant patterns. They might earn pretty good gold as well, but not as big as the mongoose recipe, as all melee need it, and if nobody has it, they will need to use Crusader instead. Fourth tip in classic WoW Anniversary TBC things you can do for gold. This one is for tailoring. Make deals with melee DPS, friends or guildies to buy their netherweave cloth. They aren't going to use them for anything except bandages. They can't be arsed to go to auction house and list them every time, mailing them to bank alts, etc. They can just cut them every time to you, get many of them, and then you can craft stuff or list them yourself. Another thing with tailoring you can do is if enchant mats get very high, a friend of mine made in-game gold the entire TBC expansion with this. He would craft the stuff with tailoring, buy these mats on auction house, then after crafting, he would disenchant them and sell the enchant materials. I expect enchant materials to be dirt cheap at the start with everyone doing dungeons for a while, but after they are done, they finished other classic WoW TBC dungeons for rep and pre-bis, they're done. So then they need to enchant it. You'll see enchanting.
This is typically what we see happen quite a lot, by the way. Enchanting materials goes up in value over time due to less and less people doing them. And this time as well, you will see even less people doing them, because in the past, people ran a lot of dungeons to get rep on their alts, to like attune themselves to the raids, right? Or not the raids, but the raids as well, I guess, technically, maybe. But heroic dungeons. But now the attunements are way more alt-friendly, and a lot of it is account-wide. So like raid attunements are account-wide, and for the heroic dungeon attunements, you now only need revered on your main, and your alts only need friendly. So everything is just much easier there, and you will see less people in general running dungeons in the later stage of the game itself, right? Which could also lead to, once again, the same thing, where you have a higher supply of these materials early in the game, and later, like phase 2, phase 3, or even just late phase 1, there's like no supply, because nobody's doing dungeons anymore.
Mods spike up just before the raid release on the 19th. From this point on, this might be lucrative gold making opportunity already. In theory, you can buy them during the dungeon phase, hold them for later when SSCTK comes out or Drool Maclar has been out for a while, and then sell them to make big gold in the Burning Crusade. Last time with Prismatic Shard, it went from 3 gold to 30 gold, which was crazy. I would not be surprised.
Hey, the real way though to make gold in TBC, we all know, right? You lead the raid for Ashes of Alar. You hard reserve Ashes of Alar from the start, and if it drops, you whisper everybody and see how much they pay for it. So you hard reserve it, but you're selling the mount. Easy gold, man. Yeah.
If it happens again for this version of the game. Fifth tip in TBC WoW Anniversary things you can do for gold. Farm Elemental Plateau ASAP. You thought the Devilsar Mafia was bad? Well, the Primal Mafia is coming, lovers of WoW. Maybe many layers, so you can find a nice spot for it, hopefully. Yeah. Also, look up all of the vendors that have limited resources, such as Enchanting Bot Recipe, Primals, and others, and park your alts to buy them as much as you can. They are hugely annoying bottlenecks for everyone doing those professions. This might be though, like many of the loaded spawns were in Classic WoW Anniversary, but this gold tip can be very good with swapping layers if you're quick enough. You instantly make profit if you're able to buy them. If you'd like to join raiding on Spine Shatter Europe Alliance, we are currently recruiting and are already planning 4 Gruul Mag rosters on raid release, with many more raiding rosters added in the future. We already cleared everything in Burning Crusade before in 2020. If you're having trouble starting out and want personal one-on-one time, offering coaching links are down below. You can check here a video about our year on Classic WoW Anniversary. I will see you in the next one.
Okay. Those are a lot of good advice. Just short, burst fire. Bunch of good advice for making gold in TBC that can be used like both early in TBC but also like throughout TBC as well. Honestly, great video. Not just a good video this time, a great video. That was amazing. I liked it. Just a lot of advice that I'm planning on using myself as well. So yeah, great minds think alike, I guess. Actually, no, it's just, yeah, you know. I'm noob, he's pro. But I'm planning on using many of these ways myself to make gold as well. I'm even setting up a druid for the same enchanting thing he talked about, to farm large prismatic shards in Sethic halls. Because I believe the same thing is going to happen there as well. You have a much bigger natural supply early in the expansion, and later you're going to have way less supply. Possibly no supply almost, outside of other druids also farming. Is what I'm thinking.